Well, let's get some stateside perspective on all of this with our guest, political science professor Christopher Whitt, who joins us from Augustana College in Illinois. Thanks very much for being with us, Professor Whitt. Now, your state of Illinois is voting today, but let's look a bit further south to Florida, which is the big prize of the day. Marco Rubio said he is going to win the state, take all of its 99 delegates. Pretty confident words for a man trailing Donald Trump by 20 points. Can he turn it around?
I mean, for his case, for his sake, I think he has to try to turn it around, but it may be too little too late. Now, a lot of people advised him to get out of the race before his home state came up because he has aspirations to maybe be governor, come back and run for Senate or do something else in the future. So this is a big day for Rubio.
Indeed, it does seem that Ted Cruz, currently in second place, is the only viable alternative to Trump. He's not that far behind. Perhaps if the Republican Party faithful are so opposed to Trump as they seem to be, maybe it really is time for them to swallow their doubts, cut their losses, and all of them get behind Cruz. Do you see that happening?
Well, a lot of people forget that many of the policies and the ideas that Ted Cruz ends up having are things that really fall in line with Donald Trump also. So we end up having a situation where a lot of the establishment Republicans don't really want to have Ted Cruz as their nominee either. So they're looking for a different option besides Cruz or Trump.
All right, well, we have been hearing from Barack Obama today, as I mentioned. He's criticised divisive rhetoric and acts of violence. It seems to be a pretty clear swipe at Donald Trump, even if he didn't name him. How likely is Barack Obama, though, to have any impact on Trump's supporters? It seems from what Trump is saying that these are people who have been really disliking having Obama as their president for the last 8 years, to say it lightly.
Well, Donald Trump really has been averaging around 30% to 40% of the vote when he's been getting those Republican votes. And we have to remember that when we get to the general election, he needs many more votes than that. So when Barack Obama speaks, I think he's talking to a broader portion of the population besides just Donald Trump's voters, because you're right, they're not really interested in hearing from the president right now. But the president's approval rating is pretty high, so the rest of the United States may listen to what he has to say.
All right, and let's look at the Democratic Party side. Hillary Clinton came out earlier saying the numbers are adding up in her favour. She is certainly on track for the nomination. She's pretty confidently batted off criticism over her email scandal and other attempts at attacks on her. In your opinion, is the Clinton nomination going to be sewn up today?
I really don't see it getting sewn up today just because Bernie Sanders has been gaining on her so much in some of these Rust Belt states. That would be my state of Illinois as well as Missouri and Ohio. Now, if for some reason she was able to sweep all 5 races today, then maybe we could say it would be sewn up, even though Bernie Sanders has pledged to fight to the end and he definitely has the resources to do so. But my feeling is that they're still going to duke it out for a little while longer in trying to fight towards that nomination.
And whichever way we look at this, it's certainly not been a successful campaign for the establishment, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, with so much sort of grassroots support and people who see themselves as outsiders being so outspoken in this campaign. Do you think that perhaps this could prove to be a turning point for American politics? Might we start to see the two-party system be shaken up a little?
I definitely see a lot of things being shaken up on that Republican side in particular, with the Trump candidacy and with the fact that the Republican establishment is really stepping out and saying that they don't want him to be the nominee. And on the flip side, on the Democratic side, it has been a much rougher go of it for Hillary Clinton than she originally expected. So I would anticipate that moving forward, at least new ideas will come into our two-party system, if not some fundamental changes to the nomination process and some other things.
Indeed, which we have spoken about before. Thanks so much for now, Professor Christopher Whitt, speaking to us there live from Augustana College in Illinois. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.